This is a short video about synthesizing, which is one of 10 key reading strategies. So what is synthesizing? Synthesizing is learning something new to stretch our thinking. So when we finish reading a book or we finish watching a movie, sometimes we notice that we've learned something new. And that's called synthesizing. It's when we stop and we notice that we've learnt something new. So why is synthesizing so important? Well, when we synthesize, we build on what we already know, but we put things together in a new way. And that makes us change our thinking and it makes us change our actions. So synthesis eggs is a really fun way to make a note of what is new that we have learned. So in the first egg, you put what you already know. In the middle egg, you put what is new to you. And then in the synthesis egg, you write your new understanding. Before and after webs are also a really great way to record the new things that you have learned. So in the middle box, you put the topic. And in the section that goes around the middle box, you write what you already know. And in the outer frame, you write the new things that you have learned. So I think before and after web is fantastic to use with non-fiction text, but you can use it as well with fiction, but really strong with non-fiction. 3-2-1 bridge is another really good way of noticing what you have learnt that is new. So when you start to think about a topic, you can write down 3 thoughts and ideas, 2 questions that you have, and 1 analogy. Now, an analogy is a simile, it's a comparison. So, for example, you might start thinking about reading, and you might start by thinking, reading is like riding in a car. Or you might think reading is like driving a car. And then after we've done a lot more thinking about reading, at the other end of the process, you might change your analogy and you might say that reading is like being a superhero, because actually reading is really magical. So your analogy might change quite a lot from the start of your thinking to your later thinking. I used to think, and now I think, is just a really fun way to notice the new things that you're thinking and learning about. And it doesn't have to be written down. You can turn and talk to a partner about what you used to think and what you're thinking now. So once you've had an aha moment, you might change. You might change your beliefs, your thinking, or your actions. So in terms of if you've read a novel, you might now decide to persist against all the odds like the main character. Or if you've been reading a non-fiction book about climate change, you might decide that you're going to recycle, catch public transport a lot more often, and eat less meat. So that's what is so great about synthesizing. You learn new things and you change. So exit slips can be a great way to put down what you've learned that's new. Now, as a writer, what are you going to do so that your readers have an aha? Well, make sure if you write a novel or a short story that your story has a theme that will get your reader really thinking. Perhaps your main character will learn and change, and so also your reader might go on a journey of change. But if you're writing non-fiction, do research so that your reader learns some fascinating information that changes their thinking. Or perhaps you will persuade your reader to see an important issue in a brand new way.